Hey guys, it's AR-15 guy here. So I kind of wanted to go over some things. There can be some confusing messages out there on some of the videos that I've watched as far as being what kind of training do you absolutely have to be an effective concealed carry permit holder, um, and carrying a firearm respectively. Um, I think there's kind of three steps to what should happen as far as when you go to get your concealed carry. One is finding a firearm that fits you. Kind of talked about that in one of my previous videos. Step two is taking, if in your state you need to take a course, getting the most basic course taken care of and out of your way. Mine, that includes, the course has to include state and local laws, as well as federal laws, and some sort of basic safety training on a firearm. So is that enough to get you through on your concealed carry? I don't think so. I think that once you've gotten your concealed carry, you definitely need to practice, but you need to kind of be trained on how to practice. Some of that is going to be, there are a lot of gun clubs or even gun shops that will offer classes on safe handling of your firearm, clearing malfunctions, pulling from a holster, reholstering, sight picture, and then as well as maybe cleaning the firearm, things like that. Just giving you a good overview, as well as giving you some steps to practice. I definitely think that there should be some sort of training beyond just the basic local laws and basic safety. If you don't have access to that, getting involved in IDPA or that style of shooting, and at least for the first several months, shooting with what you're carrying, the same setup that you would carry. So that way you can at least kind of start to develop what you need to do in those situations, how it's going to feel to draw from that holster using that firearm, what your sight picture is going to look like with that firearm. So that way it also gives you some things to practice when you're at home. Dry firing, I like to dry fire in a mirror. It gives me a point of reference. I'm kind of a big guy, so it'd be pretty hard to miss, but at least it gives me some sort of reference as to where center of mass is, headshots, that sort of thing. For me, I'm right-handed and left eye dominant, so I need to be able to pull and gain my sight picture effectively quickly. It's something I'm still working on, even over the last few weeks, because I used to be right eye dominant, so I still sometimes catch myself trying to acquire my sight picture with my right eye, which leaves me way off. So for right now, I'm having to just learn to close my right eye, gain my sight picture with my left eye. I know that that's not the optimal option, but that's going to be the best for me at this point. Hopefully eventually down the road, as I get that practice and embed it in my brain, then I'll be able to open up my right eye and shoot more effectively with both eyes open. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over. Do you need to be tactically trained to handle your have your concealed carry and be a responsible concealed carry permit holder? No, you don't need to be tactically trained. Do you need to be have some sort of basis to be able to practice and be effective? Yes, you do need to be either further trained or, like I said, get involved in IDPA, USPSA, anything that's going to give you the ability to draw from a holster, acquire a sight picture. Also, those are great because chances are at some point during that, with as many rounds as you fire, you're going to come across either you or somebody else having a malfunction, and you'll be able to see how to clear it effectively, and get back on target and go. Most of those, or almost all of those shoots, are going to be timed, as well as they're going to take into consideration your shot placement. So that's going to kind of put that little bit of a rush in you so that you can do things quickly. So I definitely suggest that. And then if you can afford tactical training, definitely get tactical training. If you can afford the time away from work, or the time to do it, as well as the expense that it is, from everything I've seen, it's fairly expensive. But if you can afford to do it, I don't want to discourage that. I'm just saying I don't want you to be discouraged because you're not tactically trained. So anyway, I just wanted to put this video out there. Like I said, first step, get a firearm that is comfortable for you, that you're not intimidated by. Second step is getting through your concealed carry course if that is required in your state. Third step is getting into something that's going to teach you how to practice, and getting that, and then fourth step would be practicing it, daily, at least weekly, and then as well as getting out and shooting, because when you pull that trigger and it goes bang, you need to be able to reacquire your target quickly. So yes, it's great to do dry fire and acquiring your first shot. That's the most important shot, hopefully, but you can't acquire that second shot without being out there and shooting. So just making sure that your sight picture is correct, all of that is going to play in. So definitely get out to the range as much as possible as well. So anyway, that's what I want to talk about today, guys. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.